Welcome, I'm Rose Oatley, and today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious homemade broccoli cheddar soup. You're going to need half a block of Philadelphia cream cheese. You want to leave it on your counter to soften about an hour prior. After the hour, I come back and cut it into smaller pieces, which will help speed up the melting process later. I've got about a medium-sized onion here. I'm going to be chopping and dicing. You really only need a small one. I've got quite a bit of onion here. I'm going to go ahead and fill this little bowl up here, which is probably about half a cup. And then the rest that's left over, I'm just going to save in my refrigerator for another recipe later. This is a pretty good sized head of broccoli here. And we're only going to need the florets. So you want to cut the stem at the bottom. And then you want to take your other pieces. And the trick here is to cut as close as you can to the florets, because when you're making broccoli, you need small pieces, and this will allow you to separate the florets a lot easier. If you cut it in half or from the top of the floret, it usually creates a mess, which is why I like to cut from the bottom. I ended up cutting 2 heads of broccoli the same size, and then another 2 that were a lot smaller. Next, you're going to need a block of sharp cheddar cheese. You're going to need 4 cups of cheese. You don't want to buy the one that's already shredded in the bag, because that one comes with a waxy film and it doesn't melt as nicely. So you want to shred your own cheese. And today I'm using this new attachment to my KitchenAid to help shred my cheese a lot faster, which I am absolutely loving. But I'm using it for the first time, and I learned that if you put it at a high speed, it goes all over the place. So you want to keep it at a low speed or use a larger bowl. Now that everything is prepped, let's start cooking. We're going to start with 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And today I'm using my Dutch oven, but you can use any pot you have. Once melted, we're going to come in with our diced onions. And the reason I like my onions diced is because we want small pieces in our soup. We don't want any big chunks. All right, so we're going to give this a quick mix. Now, this is optional, but you can add some shredded carrots. These are matchstick carrots. This is a 10-ounce bag, and I'm going to add about 3/4 of the bag. I had my stove set at medium heat, or a number 6, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it down to a number 2 for just a bit. After sauteing for about a minute, we're going to make a roux. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of thyme. I'm going to give this a quick mix and turn my heat down to low. Here I've got some paprika. We're going to add 1/4 teaspoon, just a little bit. And if you don't have any, you can skip the paprika. Now we'll add half a cup of flour. This is going to help thicken your sauce. You just want to mix it until your flour dissolves. It's going to look kind of like a paste. For our liquids, I'm starting with 2 cups of half and half, which is basically half milk, half cream. Add 4 cups of chicken broth, 2 cans of evaporated milk. Let's turn up our heat to medium again. We're ready for our broccoli. Now again, you can add as much or as little broccoli as you want, depending on your pot size and how much you have in there. I don't think I'm going to add it all. I'm going to save a little bit, and the little bit that I save, I'm going to use either in a salad, or I'm going to make me some little snack bags that I can snack on later with some ranch dressing. Yum! All right, again, I'm going to raise my temp up a little bit because I want it to come to a simmer. I don't want it to boil, but just under boiling point. And then I'll turn it down later. All right, so I'm adding some salt here, and then I'm going to go in with some pepper, and this is to your taste. At low medium heat, or a number 3, I'm going to put a lid on this, and we're going to cook for exactly 15 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to place my Philadelphia cream cheese in a small pan, and we're going to start melting this. I like to just kind of break it up, mash it up a little bit, and you just kind of keep mixing it. Let it sit for a little bit until it melts completely into this really nice creamy consistency. All right, so it's been 15 minutes, and as you can see, the sauce is already starting to thicken up, but I do want my broccoli to cook a little bit longer, so I'm going to cook uncovered for an additional 3 minutes, but turning my heat down to low because I don't want it to overcook. While my broccoli is continuing to cook, I'm going to go ahead and add my Philadelphia cream cheese in here. All right, our timer is ringing. Now it's time for our cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put in 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Now, if you want to stop here, you can just use the 2 cups. I like it extra cheesy, so I'm going to add another 2 cups, making it a total of 4. Oh, yes. Look how nice and thick it looks. Just the way I like it. After adding your cheese, you want to continue cooking for 10 minutes. And while it's cooking on low heat, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more salt. This is a time you can taste it and see if it's to your liking. If you need to add a little more salt, go ahead and do so. You can also add a little more pepper. Look how creamy this looks. It looks so good. I got to give it another taste, guys. Good. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to take it to the next level. I've got these fresh, large rolls that I bought from my bakery. Now we are going to put these in the oven at 350 degrees for 7 minutes, and we're going to create little bowls out of them. This is done. Let's check on our rolls. All right, now that my rolls are done, I'm going to take a bread knife. Oh my gosh, this is so hot. I could barely hold it. I'm going to have to hold it with my paper towel here. All right, so we're going to cut a hole around the top so that we can create a little bowl. But now you don't want to cut all the way to the bottom, okay? Because we're going to be pouring the broccoli in there. Again, creating a bowl. So now if it's really thick, you can remove some of the bread or you could just push it down. Now let's go add some of our broccoli soup in here. We could either eat it like this or in a bowl. Let me show you. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so below or hit my little picture on the side. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell to get notified of all of my new videos, and please be sure to check out these links on the side. Share with your friends. Thanks for watching and your support.